Hi everyone, I hope you've had a blessed week. Welcome to my video series, which is dedicated to encouraging and inspiring you through biblical, practical, and universal principles. So today's topic is singleness and why being single is ideal. It's unfortunate that being single has gotten a bad rap. There's a lot of negativity surrounding it, and it's still very much a stigmatized status in society. If you're single and you're watching this, hopefully this video will be of some encouragement to you. And even if you're married and you're watching this, hopefully this will be of some help to you as well. So Dr. Miles Monroe taught an excellent principle on singleness. And basically what he said, and I paraphrase, is that your relationships are only as good as you are. I'm going to repeat that again. Your relationships are only as good as you are. So basically, the basis of all successful relationships in our lives depends on us. And that leads me to my first point for singles and for us to all remember is that we need to work on yourself. Work on yourself. Being single is an opportune time for exponential spiritual growth. It's a great time to develop yourself. It's a great time for healing. You know, some people they get out of a relationship and they jump into the next relationship and they don't take the time to heal. If you just got out of a relationship and you're watching this, take the time to heal and to reflect on yourself and try to discover why that relationship didn't work out. And sometimes we keep attracting the same type of wrong person to ourselves. While you're single, that's the best time to figure out why you're attracting the wrong person and how to stop attracting the wrong people to our lives. So while you're still single, work on yourself, develop yourself, take advantage of the time. I mean, you know, single people are busy as well, but we do have a measure of control over our time. We don't have to check in with anyone. If we want to do certain things, we could just go ahead and do it most of the time. So I think in that sense, being single is very much a blessing and we should take advantage of it. And that's the thing about time. Time is the most important commodity that we have on hand. Don't waste it. Once you get married, your time is not your own. So while you're still single, value your time. Don't waste it by worrying about why you're not in a relationship. Get in a good relationship with yourself, because if you're in a good relationship with yourself, you'll be better prepared to be in a relationship with another person. You'll be better off with your relationships with your family members or with your children. So work on yourself. Working on yourself is very, very important, and we should take full advantage of that as singles. The second point I want to raise is that being married doesn't solve all of your problems. Some singles think that, especially those of us singles who have never been married, think that marriage is going to solve certain problems in our lives, and there's certain things that we can develop while we're still single that will help us out once we do get married. So marriage doesn't solve all your problems. I recently read a Pew study on marriage, and it said that the number one reason for marriage in the United States, 88% of the people said that it was for love. People married for love. And those of you who are married and watching this should know that love is not enough to keep a marriage going. Everyone starts off in love and then sometimes it fizzles out. You know, love doesn't pay the bills. So there's other important factors that will make a long-lasting relationship work. So if you are a single and you want to be in a relationship and you want to feel get in a relationship because you want to be and feel love, that's not, you know, that shouldn't be the deciding factor for marriage. While you're single, you should learn to love yourself. No one else, I'm going to stress this point, that nobody else is responsible for our happiness. You know, many people enter relationships and they're very needy because they haven't done the healing. They haven't done the self-development. They haven't developed themselves spiritually, and they have all these pockets of emptiness. So they go into a relationship thinking that their spouse, their husband, their wives are supposed to fulfill all these needs. And that's a tall order to ask of a single person to do for you. There's certain needs that we have as human beings that, only God can fulfill, or we can do it ourselves. So while you're still single, you can work those things out for yourself. So just don't think that marriage is going to solve all your problems. Also, in that same Pew study that I read, the number 2 reason that people got married was for companionship. Don't think, single people, that marriage is going to necessarily solve the problem of feeling and of being alone. There are people that are married right now who feel very much alone in their marriage, who feel very much not supported. So don't think that marriage is going to solve the problem of love, that marriage is going to solve the problem of feeling alone. As a single person, you need to develop a full and rich life and enjoy yourself while you're single. Build relationships and good friendships, and spend time with your family, and do things with your kids if you have children. So, I mean, you can have a happy and fulfilled life as a single. You don't have to be alone as a single. I'm single. I don't feel lonely at all. My life is pretty full, and I have great relationships. So don't think that as a single person that marriage is going to solve certain problems. It won't. Marriage is a great thing. I'm actually pro-marriage. Just because I'm making this video don't think that I'm not pro-marriage. I'm very much pro-marriage. Is something that is of God, ordained of God, and I think it's pretty much still a very necessary thing in the world. But don't idolize it. Marriage is not easy. It's it's difficult. I believe the Apostle Paul even said it in 1 Corinthians chapter 7, I believe is verse 28, that if you're married, you're going to have a lot of trouble in this life. So don't think that you're not going to have issues. Especially, as I stated earlier, when it comes back to time, you're just not going to have the time to do certain things that you want to do. So get it in while you're still single, and just know that marriage is not going to solve all your problems. So, and I just want to highlight one last thing, is that there is nothing wrong with being single. There's nothing wrong with being single. It's not an affliction. It's not a curse. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. Sometimes there are many factors that leads people to being single, and people are single for a bunch of different reasons. And don't feel bad about it. Don't allow anybody to single shame you, especially when it comes to family. You go to family functions and people asking you, why are you still single? Or aren't you going to get married? When is it going to happen for you? Don't stress it. If you're single and you're watching this and you do want to get married, I have some good news for you. According to the most recent census, and I believe the CDC as well, there are single people now outnumbered, people over the age of 18 now outnumbered married people. So if you're looking for somebody, you have a good chance of meeting them, because we now officially outnumbered married people in the United States of America. So there is hope to find someone, definitely. And if you're watching this video and you are divorced or you're widowed, I also have good news for you as well. The rates of remarriage has also upticked and gone up. So there's a chance for you as well. Don't ever think that there's not a chance for you. Some people are better off getting married earlier in life, and some people, it's a good thing for them to get married later in life. So don't look at your age or chronologically. I should be here and have a spouse. I should have been married. Or if you're single and you're childless, I should have kids now. However your life is now, just enjoy it. Take it to God. If you want to be married, be prayerful about that. But I think the best thing that we can do as singles is to get ourselves together so we can be the best possible partner for the person that we will meet. Now, there are single people who may be watching this video and you do not want to be married. You don't have the desire to be married, and there's nothing wrong with that either. There are single people who have made that decision because they've been married before and they do not want to do it again. So guess what? Don't ever feel the pressure of that you have to be with somebody. If you, there are those of us singles who love solitude, who like people but like being alone, who enjoy the independence, who enjoy the autonomy, and there's nothing wrong with you. Not everybody is supposed to get married, and not everybody should be married. And I just want to say thank God for singles. I mean, there have been some great people even in history who have been unmarried. I mean, look at Beethoven, look at Leonardo da Vinci, look at Susan B. Anthony, look at Oprah. So there's been some great, Sir Isaac Newton. So there've been some great people even in history who have remained unmarried. So it's not a curse. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you or that you're insufficient as a person. It just means that you're single. I mean, that status could change. You can meet the love of your life next week, next month, or next year. And if you're single and you choose to be that way for the rest of your life, so be it. I think the point of it all is to enjoy your life, whatever state you're in, whether you're married and watching this or single and watching this. Enjoy your life, live a fulfilled and happy life. And I just want to say one thing to single parents, single moms, and single dads that might be watching this. I don't think you're shown enough love, period. And you work so hard and you do so much. And I just want to say that God is looking out for you. Continue to trust and rely on Him. Sometimes you may feel overwhelmed and have a lot of pressure on you. Just know that God will. He is your anchor. He's the one who he's the one who will have your back. And keep hanging in there. And if you are a single parent and you're looking for someone, just trust God, and God will bless you. So I hope that what I have shared have been of some help to you. And just remember that being single is not a curse. It's not a bad thing. It's actually ideal, and take advantage of this good time. Be blessed, and I will talk to you soon.